Hey everybody, gonna shoot a video on doing a Cremains piece. Now I've done Cremains videos before, one that was pretty extensive, but if you're new to this channel and haven't seen that, or if you just want a refresher, then I thought I'd go ahead and turn on the camera while I'm working on a piece. I had a neighbor who commissioned me. She wants a couple of pendants that are done, and then she also wants some pocket hearts. This is for their dog that passed away. And so they came over, we talked about glass choices. So these were some of the glass that they picked out for the pendants. This is interesting glass to me. If anybody knows what this is specifically, I'd love to know. Rainbow Irid is what I buy from Bullseye, but this is super bright and almost looks dichroic, although I don't think it is. And on the back, I bought this in a scrap pack from or in a buyout, I mean, from a woman who had a whole ton of scrap. She said she only used Bullseye, and this looks like Bullseye in terms of the texture that's on there, but I'm not sure that this does. So I guess it could be another manufacturer, but it's just a lot brighter and more reflective than I'm used to for traditional Irid. But at the same time, I don't think it's dichro. I don't know, maybe it is. So anyway, I'm gonna cut these. For the pendants, I need circles. So there's a couple ways to do that. You can use, a drill bit, cord out drill bit. You could use your ring saw. In this case, I've got this little circle lens cutter thing. I don't love this, to be honest. This one doesn't even have a brand on it that I can see. It's not on the bottom or anything. But I'm hoping it gets the job done. So I need to adjust the size on this. Go ahead and cut my circles. I'm gonna do the base glass. I'm gonna do some clear glass, and then I'll just turn this on sped up. You don't need to see it in detail. I may have to grind them out a little bit if these don't pop out the way I want them to. And then I'll show you the Cremains pieces and the hearts later. All right, so I have my 3 circles cut and ground them off just a little bit. And here are the ashes for China the dog. And I had pre-fused these. Now, there are people who debate this online, whether or not you need to pre-fire your ashes. This was my idea. I don't know if anybody had done this before, but I just decided to pre-fire them. So I've kind of put this out there in the universe, and I think several people are doing that. Here's the reason: because these ashes as organic matter are going to bubble off a bunch, and I want as few bubbles as possible in the finished piece. So I had a full fuse load going in anyway. I went ahead and sifted. So in these ashes, there's also larger chunks. See that? So you don't want larger, try not to disturb these too much. You don't want larger bone fragments or teeth or whatever that might be. So I sift them to get the finest powder, and then I pre-fire them, in this case up to a full fuse, so that they gas off and hopefully get all of that gas out and then minimize the bubbles in my piece. People say you don't have to do that. And maybe you don't want to do that. It's totally up to you. But for me, it's an extra step that just gives me a little bit more peace of mind that the finished piece is going to come out the way I want it, because these are Cremains. You don't want to mess around with this. So you do you. If you don't want to do the extra firing, don't do it. It's interesting though. Look at the color change. I don't know if you can tell much, but these are definitely darker now than what they were in here. So anyway, let's go ahead and start to assemble our pieces. All right, I'm gonna explain what I'm gonna do next. I just don't know that I'm gonna film all of it because it might be kind of detailed work. And I don't know, I may have to try a couple times. So I have here this perfect medium bullet pen from Ranger. This is basically like a glue pen, for lack of better terms. And I've got this one as a bullet. There's also a brush tip, but I chose the bullet tip. And what this is going to allow me to do, they asked if I could draw a little paw print on here for the shape of the ashes. So I'm going to draw a paw print freehand. Then I'm going to sprinkle the ashes, and then they're going to stick, to that paw print and give a specific design for their 3 pendants. For the pocket hearts, they wanted some pink, purple, and a combination of pink and purple, which is what I've done here. I fired this. This is Tabitha's confetti. You've seen me use her confetti and lots of other things. Tabitha from Tabitha's Glass Emporium. I fired these into this Firelight molds form. Firelight Forms. I can't really read which one it is, but go to Firelight Forms and you'll find that mold if you're interested. But these are nice little pocket heart sizes. So I fired some crushed up confetti into these hearts first. I'm going to put them back into the molds. I'm going to add just a little dot. There's no design that they wanted for this. So I might do a little glue on here just to kind of help it stay put. And so I'll do a little bit of cremains in here. Then I'm going to cap it with clear glass and fire it again so that gets fully encapsulated. And it'll be a full fuse for both of them. So I'm going to go ahead and use my medium here and do my designs. Carefully collect some powder to sift over the top of it. I'll just use a little scoop that I've got, and then we'll go into the kiln for a full fuse. All right, so here we are. I fired these, and they kind of look like a paw print. There was some movement. So the other thing is, I'm fairly convinced at this point now that was truly dichroic glass, because it completely changed colors in the firing, and Irid doesn't do that I'm aware of. So I guess it was some sort of dichro. But in any event, this one looks pretty good as a paw. I'm not sure this one does. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there's not much of a glare. I don't know that I love the way this one came out, but they both, I sent photos and a video, and this is a mother-daughter, and they loved them and said, this is it. They love them, so we're gonna proceed. And then I made them some hearts as well, and put a little bit of ashes in there. So those are the pocket hearts made with confetti from Tabitha. So for these, for the mother's pendant, she wants just a bail on it, and so I'm using one of my glass bales. These are non-fusible. They're available on Fusing.shop. They have to be glued on, and I use my all-time favorite Gorilla glue, Gorilla Maximum Strength Construction Adhesive. It's basically kind of a silicone, and so this is what I use for everything. If you missed my last video where I tested this glue and the strength of these bales, definitely go check it out because it's worth seeing. So I'm going to glue that bale onto that pendant. And then I have this bezel. Don't ask me where I got it because they don't even make them anymore, and I bought out the rest of them, so you're not going to find this one. But anyway, I'm going to glue that down into that bezel for her. So that should be it. I might post a few photos here, but hope you picked up a little tips, a little learning, and take care, everybody. Catch you later. Bye-bye.